see to some yeah. Okay. Basically, Tanzania has more than 100,000 PWA. This is the data that we have been using, although this year we have the national census that we are expecting to hear some new statistics from the government. But currently, we're still using the previous data that Tanzania has more than 100,000 PWA, of which 17,554 are in Lake Zone. Lake Zone is the part that is in the western part of Tanzania. That is Shinyanga, Mwanza, Geita, Mara, Kagera, and Simiyu, which is a leading zone. The large number of PWA are in Lake Zone. And this one, I'll clarify that in Lake Zone by then, they did not have the culture of intermarriage to marry another person from outside the Lake Zone, of which now they developed the inheritance of PWA in the same region. So this big number is due to Mitindo Albinism Center, that is in Mwanza, and that is Buhanija in Shinyanga. The government centers that announced it to the community to send their children with albinism, that is CWA, for protection and education purposes. So many children with albinism are centered at Mitindo Albinism Center in Mwanza, and the other one in Shinyanga. There it started in the year when now the massive killings and attacks of persons with albinism in Tanzania by the year 2006 up to the year 2014, of which the situation was very extremely dangerous. In some communities, treat children with albinism as a cause in a family and do kill instantly after birth. So now PWA became like a threat. Some do say, according to ritual methods, for example, PWA body parts are believed to have strength to drive power in social economic activities that drives richness growth. That's why some people now in the country from the year 2006 up to 2014, this was very difficult, where the traditional healers began now cheating the communities that once you come with the body parts of the person with albinism, then mixed with some traditional medicine, now change it into now when the person go to use, especially in mining activities or in fishing, the person becomes rich. And there's some also attitudes on cause. People with albinism are considered, or we are considered, as originated from devil spirits, that we are not the normal human being. That's why many societies in African Tanzania, particularly PWA, were just killed immediately after delivery. So when someone gets birth of it, finds no option rather than killing, rather than killing. Most of women's marriage are affected when get such kind of birth. So once a woman now gets after delivery, maybe the child will her life was in danger, either to be killed herself with the baby, or she has to opt either the child has to be killed or both by them. Local centric lifestyle inheritance, in which this needs extensive and continuous advocacy. On employment, most of community members believe PWA are incapable to work to deliver to the set targets. That's why you can find many PWAs in Tanzania are not employed, especially in different positions. So the maximum number of poverty, extremely poverty, are the people with happiness. Also, the issue of drought. Drought in rural areas the main water sources come from wells, rivers, lakes, and dams. However, regions like Shinyanga, Singida, Tabora, these are the central regions in Tanzania, central part of Tanzania, which are in interior from the Lake Victoria. These are far away from the Lake Victoria, are too dry and limited to water supply. This makes community members to fetch for it to some downstream distances. This has made PWA to follow under threat of being harmed, because a person with albinism has to walk a long distance searching for water. Now, because the societal enable a person to be rich. Now, the PW is walking along this and searching for water. Now there is a danger situation of being harmed or killed. Now you can see how the person with albinism can go to fetch water, to search for water. Do you get me? Hello?
We hear you, Mahenda.
Okay, yeah. This nature, when the person works early in the morning, searching for water, a long distance, then they find this, the higher number of the fallen people are now waiting for water. It is very tough. There is no security matters around, and even no way than to get waiting for the service. Those are the source of waters that around there is no way than to fetch water from the river. And sometimes men with albinism go to search water than women for the issue of security purpose. Women are more, women with albinism are not so safer than men with albinism, because sometimes raping, killing, and massive attacks to women are considered as weak. That's why sometimes men with albinism should go for searching for water. And now men become as the main producer in the family, men with albinism, than women with albinism. Also, the issue of global warming due to high temperature, and as they keep moving around looking for their daily breads, drought has led to poor crop production. The temperature is too hot. For example, in Lake Zone, as what I said, Mwanza, that's the western part of Tanzania, Mwanza, Shinyanga, it is very dry and the temperature is so high. It is a very hot region, very hot zone, up to 30 degrees centigrade, 27 to 30 degrees centigrade in Lake Zone, of which now it is very tough to persons with albinism. So that's why now the drought has led to poor crop production, no enough cultivation. And most people, especially PWA, are suffering from this such kind of economy. They have been working under sun, which keeps destroying their skin, eyes, etc. This is very visible. Working too long on the sun rays, it affects many of us. And later leads to skin cancer, as well as keeping them open to ritual men. So you need to eat, but you are not employed, because some employers Don't trust persons with albinism. Now you needed to go to work under the sun. Now you get cancer. Sometimes you go to work a long distance. Now some people now are hunting a person with albinism. You see now the circulation of problems. How now? You're not employed or you're not going to school. And then you have to go to work. No rainfall, dry. Now you go a long distance. Now there is this traditional healers hunting a person with albinism. Circulation of problems around. Now, what now required here? Public advocates on safeguarding. The government of Tanzania is working very hard on this, to set a policy of safeguarding these vulnerable groups through via mass media, such as TVs, newspaper, radios, etc. Now this is at least the situation is changing because the government now is very serious. Non-government organization like CLOW, this is now under Kennedy. CLOW is a non-government organization, has developed productive models which makes PWA work in groups through different projects, because working in groups somehow removes the fear of being kidnapped. Even sometimes in safe environments. There are some projects, example, bean keeping, perma gardening, biosand water filters, tank construction, soap making, tailoring, weaving, livestock keeping, indoor grazing, etc. Also, TAST is Tanzania Albinism Society. Tanzania Albinism Society conducts skin cancer screening clinic regular to people with albinism in Tanzania. This now helps a lot to educate the members of people with albinism how to take care of the skin in order to not to be affected by the sun. Now you can see the biosand water filter project of which now Cloud has been doing with TAS, Tanzania Albinism Society. It's the pictorial evidence. Beekeeping. These are among the projects, at least we do believe that persons with albinism will no longer keep on working under the sun. This is the center, Albinism Center in Shinyanga, where children with albinism are taken there. And this is under the government control. So some of these children, even they are taken at the age of even 5 years or 3 years. But once they are taken there, parents disappear permanently. They never go back again to say hello to their children. Some of them now were under the government up to the age of 18. Some lost their relatives and parents because once they take they at the center, they do believe that now those children are under the government. Parents are now no longer responsible. This is a picture of how a child with albinism or person with albinism are affected with skin cancer. The skin is now turned into very vulnerable situation. This is like, I have my elder brother. I asked him to share his picture, but he refused. He is totally now blind. He is very sick. His family now has about 5 children with albinism. He married to a woman with albinism. Now they are almost 8 in the family. All of them having albinism. He's my elder brother. He is totally affected by skin cancer. He can't see, totally turned into blind. He can't work. The family now is huge. All of them are persons with albinism. Some of them are in schools. They have been trying to assist for medication. But you see the situation now, because the family need to work, but the situation is very dry. Where now to work? They cannot go even to farming. This is now the issue of attacks and massive killing, what has been happening in Tanzania. Children with albinism and even the adults, people with albinism are being hunted. Some lost their body parts. Some are now were killed, and so forth. So this is the end of our presentation. As now you can see the issue, how the climate change affects persons with albinism through the drought, searching for water, dryness of the situation, and so on and so on. I think Kennedy can wind up by telling us some remarks on this, according to his experience through working with Tanzania Albinism Society. Thank you. Okay.
This is amazing presentation, and I don't know if you want to stop the share at this point, and we can all come back on screen and see how many participants we've got.
John, I think Kennedy is going to come on now. He's going to say.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Thank you. All right.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Kennedy. You're on.
Do you? Okay. First of all, I'm sorry.
We can hear you, Kennedy. Go ahead.
Because I'm facing the situation which we are facing in our country. So I will try to talk a little bit to add more for has been said. 2014. I evidently, as the Kura says, much problems that the people with the albinism in Tanzania are facing. Many has been mentioned by Mahenda as we prepared, but I can share just a little bit. The climate change, as it has been be the problem to the whole world, but in Tanzania it affects much people such as people with albinism. As Mahenda has been said, the way people with albinism are isolated, then the climate change has been changed the situation of environment. Even the way they can be able to gather together themselves at nearby their household to make even a small garden to get something to feed their families. They failed because the season is too dry. The violence within the family. We know when you talk about the people with the albinism, you can find that the mother and the father, they are not albinism, or one of them are albinism. So there they bear children, they bear infants who are with the albinism. The way they are being isolated from the society, the people with the albinism are not accepted even to work, to be employed. For instance, when you are a long distance to find for only a day, waiting to get just one bucket of water. When she came back at late time, it is where the conflict started from. The men does not consider the situation of environment because of patriarchy system of African society. The women are humiliated and discriminated. Despite of the challenges that you are facing the whole world, the men in African society are not considered that situation. They just need a woman to act like animals. People with albinism is the one who face these challenges. They are being hunted from their enemies, but even their husbands who are not albinism, they cannot consider the situation of climate change, that they don't have water, they don't have food. Someone will work from home to far to find this thing. So I worked with these people for a long time. Evidently, many problems that they are facing within their society. As Mahenda has been explaining much about people with albinism, I'm agree and be able to hear from himself as a man with albinism, who evident I worked with Mahenda for more now it is more than 8 years working with these people. So I experienced a lot of much problems that people are facing. The way they are being killed, the way they are being isolated, the poor lives they are living. Mahenda has been mentioned one example of people with albinism, the one who have 8 children from his family. I know because I've been visiting him, seeing the way he's suffering with his family. No one is giving food. No one can help him to take those children to the school. No one can assist them in any means even to get water. So the climate change, it leads to miserable life to the people, the people, all people, but especially people with the albinism who are facing much challenges, being hunted. They cannot even move
Closed on the
from.
wrong.
You hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, they cannot even work so far. As the climate change is drought, some maybe for instance me, I'm not albinism. I can carry even fire to take somewhere there. I can carry even a stone, can say something. But how about the people with albinism? The sun it is rising. He or she cannot work on the sun. And then no one can employ him or her. Then nowhere to cultivate, to plant even maize or whatever, so that they can get food. So this can evidence the way albinism are living a miserable life, as it's been seen or living in the society, the way they are being isolated from the society. Even if they are facing these challenges, there is one who can care them. So they keep on gathering in their houses. Sometimes they be killed because the climate change has brought a very impact to the society, especially these people with albinism, who who are the victims. Really, they are the victims of the environment changes in the world. We evidently many things. We have seen a lot of things. We have seen people killing, die because of different circumstances. People with albinism, even them, if they are bearing the albinism, they just kept them inside because they fear to be killed, or they just take the infant and go and throw because they don't have food to feed them. They don't have anything to give them. So they are afraid to keep them while they are empty. Their stomachs are empty. They don't have money. They don't have the medicine. The skin cancer due to the high temperature. So we have tried, as Clau at the way Kulu has been said, with my friend David is there. Can also say about this. Mr. David was the one who made me to work with these people very closely because he's the one who introduced and give assistance. He tried to give them grasses, to give them the project water, from them. It was just helping them somehow because this helped them together, themselves together, and you work without fearing than someone to move himself or her to go and find what to feed their families. So the impact of climate change, it is a challenge to the world, especially to people with albinism in Tanzania. As we have said, Mahenda said, that you have to step ahead or to see a way which we can come up with it, especially to these vulnerable groups who are much affected from the circumstances caused by climate change in the world, especially in Tanzania. I would like to end there so that they can allow the continuity of our dialogue. Thank you. I'm Kennedy again from Tanzania. I'm the executive director of CLAO, Community Life Amelioration Organization. I'm working with Kura as my member also. We are welcome and can leave on the chair to continue with our dialogue. Thank you.